So this question deals with the difference between authority and leadership. In what ways have I tried to exercise authority over other people, and in that same regard, what ways have people tried to exercise authority over me? And I think when it comes down to authority, it's talking about, a focal point of a direction. And I've exercised authority over others when I don't really have a specific example in mind, but when there's kind of this assortment of ideas, and then authority comes in and says, okay, regardless of what's going on right now, here's how things are going to happen. And people have tried to exercise authority over me, saying, okay, no matter what's going on right now, this is what needs to happen, here's what needs to get done. And there's this focal point where all these people might be looking at and saying, oh, we have all these different opinions, or here's what's going on, and then the focal point comes in, and everyone kind of attaches to that, and that's how things are going to get done. And I think that in contrast, examples of excellent leadership I've seen are when leaders kind of converge everyone's ideas. So authority kind of makes a stamp, and regardless of what's been going on, will move forward with it, versus in leadership, I see an excellent leader as someone who's open to all these different ideas and doesn't necessarily make a stamp, but instead kind of, to go with that imagery, sews a thread between them all and together pulls that idea forward. So leaders lead in the sense that they take the direction that everyone else is moving in and kind of sew it together and move forward with it, versus authority, which kind of stamps in and picks only one direction or one way to go. I guess in my life, I've exercised authority in some of the leadership positions I've had, where I have to make a kind of an executive decision and choose that, okay, this is what we're going to go with to save time or to save discussing things. And I think that's happened when I was a secretary of senior class, and I had to make decisions regarding the way things were going to look for various events. And then in contrast, I've exercised leadership in some of the programs I've done in college, where I will have to lead a group of people that I'm training, and I really want to incorporate everyone's ideas into the presentation or the product that the group will create. So for example, I was involved in a high school program of Unicamp called Unicore, and I feel that in that situation I tried to pull together everyone's ideas that different people had for the direction of the group, and go with that, kind of this like summation of everyone's ideas, versus just saying, okay, I'm gonna pull authority and regardless of what you guys are doing, stamp this is what we're doing, and kind of get behind that and use them as manpower. But leadership, I think, was exercised in the sense that it wasn't just the physical presence that I could use, but also their ideas and working with those ideas. And I think that one of the most important things that makes a great leader is being open and open to feedback. Authoritarians or whatever, totalitarians, tyrants, whatever, if you want to consider them authority figures to an extreme, they will not be open to feedback. They don't want to hear dissent. They don't want to hear the devil's advocate. They don't want to hear someone else's opinion, because the way they see is the way it's going to go. And then they're going to exercise that authority in getting people to go behind it, whether they like to or not. It's one idea. It's a singular idea. Versus a leader who will be open to criticism, open to other people's opinions, other perspectives, different ways of doing things. And I think that makes a great leader, because then you're more likely to have a stronger connection to those that are going to follow, or to those that you're going to lead. because you're incorporating their ideas and their piece of the vision into your vision. And maybe you know how to get it done, and that's why you're the leader, but you're incorporating them in that process versus isolating them and using them. Instead of using and exploiting them, you're using and collaborating with them, and then you're just at the front of the flying V to kind of direct that shared vision. So that's my take on authority versus leadership.